What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Dio for President back again with another video for you guys. And today, you guys, we are reacting to let's see, what video is this? It's something about being attractive though. Your life at every level of attractiveness 1 to 10. You guys, before we get into the video, yo, subscribe, please. And also, let me tell you guys what happened yesterday. I went out and someone recognized me, and it made me very, very happy. To the person that recognized me, if you're watching this video, shout out to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And what else do I have to say? Yeah, let's get into the video.
One, bro, it's over. Give up. At this level of attractiveness, you have an asymmetrical face, hairline that started receding in your mother's womb, nose going east while the chin goes west, your teeth pointing in 6 different directions like they're all trying to escape your mouth at the same time. The kind of face that makes babies cry and dogs bark. And you're probably in a wheelchair too.
I'm not going to lie. That's kind of tough. It's sad how the world is actually like so superficial. Like, I promise you that something I started paying attention to is looks and the way you get treated when you look better and when you don't look good. And it's unfortunately so true. Like, no one is even going to look at your personality if you do not look good, and it's so sad how there's some people that there's nothing that they can do about their looks. It's so sad, bro. But then that's just the world that we live in. Like, it's something that has been on my mind for a long time. Like, wow, like, looks really do matter. Like, they matter more than you think. More than you would ever think.
Nah, just kidding. But real talk, daily life at level 1 is genuinely...
Even, like, the things like the color of your skin, bro. Sometimes you might really be liking someone, like, you look at someone and you want to get with them, but then and you might be an attractive guy or girl, but then because of the color of your skin, that person might not feel you. And I'm like, wow, everyone does have their preferences for real.
rough. Walking into a room and feeling invisible, or worse, feeling people actively look away. Cashiers don't smile at you, strangers don't hold the door. In group conversations, nobody makes eye contact with you. And on dating apps, you get no matches. But here's the thing. There's plenty of people at this stage living a life. Remember that one guy on YouTube who straight up called himself super ugly and made it his whole brand? He got millions of views, built an entire community around himself.
That's facts. And that guy still somehow, some way ended up finding a wife. Like, he ended up finding someone that actually loved him, And she was good looking too. On one hand, it's like, yeah, you might not be the best looking, but then there's someone out there that's going to look at you and be like, wow, that person is very attractive.
And eventually, even found himself a girlfriend who approached him first saying he was cute. He got set up for life. He found a girlfriend.
And now they're having a kid. Crazy.
Who genuinely loves him. Because the truth is, at level 1, you're forced to develop things that most people never bother with. Real humor, real character, and a real personality. And sometimes that ends up being worth more than a sharp jawline.
You guys, I'm not going to lie, like, when I think about that, I'm so happy that I did not peak in high school. I didn't peak in high school in almost anything, like, that's why I feel like I can hold a conversation. I'm a funny guy, I'm outgoing now. But when I was in high school, I was just very, very shy, and I was very, very to myself, very timid, low self-esteem. But then I really do believe that, like, when you go through that phase of not peaking in high school, you pick up skills along the way that it just makes you a better person at the end of the day. When I think about the people that peaked in high school, like like when you peak, there's only so much. There's only so much you can do. You can only climb so high as a human being. So like every single day, I'm just so happy that I didn't peak in high school. I think about the people that peaked in high school now, and I'm like, you're kind of corny.
Level 2. Level 2 is the great personality zone. When someone asks your friends what you look like, they pause for a full 3 seconds. And then they say, he's really funny though. Daily life at a 2 is a constant low grade rejection that nobody talks about. The
Damn.
barista never remembers your name. At parties, people only talk to you as a stepping stone to talk to your better looking friend.
Damn. I mean, sometimes, like, ah, I'm not going to say that I'm at a 2 attractiveness, no. But then this has happened. The barista not remembering your name, like, fairs. That happens. Like, that's pretty normal.
Getting a haircut feels pointless because the barber can only do so much with what he's working with.
Ugh.
Dating is possible, but it requires maximum effort. The DMs have to be perfect. The texting game has to be elite. One awkward photo on your profile and it's over.
So is everybody a 2 right now? Or is it just me? Because this is sounding kind of accurate still. I don't believe that I'm a 2. I think I'm at least a 7. But damn, I hear it.
The first date has to absolutely carry on personality alone because physical attraction is not going to do any of your work. But here's the hidden advantage of being a 2. The gap between a 2 and a 4 is literally effort. A solid haircut, you pay extra for a good barber, but yeah, you can get a solid haircut even if you're a 2. Basic skincare, clothes that actually fit you well, and 6 months at the gym. And suddenly, life starts looking way better.
6 months at the gym and eating a good diet will actually change your life. I'm not going to lie to you. It will change your life. You look like an entirely different person. So this guy is not wrong. Because, like, from going to 2 to 4, it's possible. It really is. Just need to put in some effort for real.
Most 2s are honestly just lazy 4s who never put in the work. Your potential is sitting right there. Level 3. Level 3 is the I shouldn't be getting laid, but I do. And this is quite interesting because I have a personal story. I have a friend who's in my college, who's black, 280 pounds overweight at like 40% body fat. He's built like Winnie the Pooh, and his face is a generous 3 on a good day. But somehow this man gets play at the club every single weekend. You might be asking, but how? How does he do that? Well, it's a pure numbers game.
I literally have a friend that's like this in real life. I have a friend that's like this. He's kind of overweight, but this guy pulls all the baddies, bro. You be seeing, bro. Sometimes I'm like, how are you doing this? How do you do this? And it's true. It's a numbers game. Like, he just goes up and he just talks to babes. Like, he can talk to 10 babes. Me personally, like, when I go out, like, I just zone in on one person, like, because I'm very picky. Like, I just zone in on one, and if that one doesn't work out, then I guess that's the end of my nights, which is actually not good because you're meant to talk to multiple people. But, this guy does not care. This guy just be shooting. And truth be told, sometimes he's shooting and they go in, Sometimes the guy shooting and they go in, and some of these babes are bad, But you would never expect it, though. You'd never expect it.
Walks up to every girl in the club. Every single one. No hesitation, no pre-planned strategy. He just walks up and says, "Hey, you want to come back to my place?" With the confidence of Brad Pitt. Does he get rejected? Of course, 99% of the time.
But that 1%, that 1% though, that 1% though, even if you reject this nigga, if you reject this guy, he's still going to come back with a babe.
But that other 1%, they go home with him. And he told me he got this mindset thanks to the philosophy that shooters shoot. Like Kobe Bryant, who holds the record for the most missed shots in NBA history.
Damn.
14,481. But he never gave up. And yes, I know what you're thinking. He only had a shot because the girls slept with him because they wanted a taste of a big banana. But listen, genuinely ask yourself, if you asked out 100 girls in your best outfit and full confidence, would all 100 girls reject you?
To be honest, that's facts. Oh my gosh. true. Would all 100 girls reject you if you ask them out in your best outfits with your best confidence? Would 100 babes reject you? Probably not. Probably not. I'm not even going to cap.
Or would you land at least one date? Hmm? Think about that for a second.
That's true.
Moving on, however, in everyday life, a 3 gets overlooked constantly. Job interviews are way harder because studies literally prove that attractive people get hired faster and paid way more. Your customer service is mid at best. Everybody assumes less about your intelligence, your competence, and your worth, all because of a face you didn't choose. It's not fair, but this is reality, unfortunately. So, what is the lesson from Winnie the Pooh? I mean, not Winnie the Pooh, but my friend who looks like Winnie the Pooh. Confidence and volume can override almost anything.
Wow.
It's not the most elegant way, but it's math. And math doesn't care about your face. Level 4. Level 4 is the most forgettable place on this entire list. You're not ugly enough to be noticed, but you're not really attractive enough to be remembered. Walking through a mall and security doesn't even glance at you. Heck, they don't even bother checking you, they just know you're average. And if you commit a crime and the police ask someone to describe you, they'd say, well, he was a guy and he had a face. Normal dude, I guess. And relationships can happen at level 4, but they happen slowly. It's months of friendship first, slowly building on that connection, until one day, either one of you goes, you know what? You've actually been really nice and I like you. Nobody is falling in love at first sight with a 4. Love at first sight requires at least a 6. But here's what makes level 4 secretly the most powerful level on this list. The glow up potential is insane. This is the stage where the bone structure is there, but it's hiding, maybe under layers of fat. Google any male celebrity's high school photo. Half of them were 4s walking around in funny, oversized graphic tees. A 4 who takes fitness seriously, gets their style together.
Taking fitness seriously is the one way that you can change your entire dating life. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say, like, I'm not going to talk as if, like, I have the best dating life. If I'm being honest, you guys, I haven't been with a girl since, like, I haven't been with anyone. I haven't dated anyone in 3 years. I've been single for 3 years, you guys. That's a long time, you know. That's a very, very long time. So I'm not going to talk as if I have, like, the best, relationship advice or nothing. But I will say, if you take your fitness seriously, you could get girls here and there. I can't lie.
Fixes their grooming and develops real social skills, that's a 7. And a 7 who was once a 4 is the most dangerous person on earth because they have looks and the personality. Level 5. Dead center. The perfect average. You're not ugly, but nobody is writing poems about you either. You're not getting stared at for the bad reasons or any good reasons. You're just existing. This is where most people actually are statistically.
Yeah, most people are genuinely average. In the grocery store, in the club, everywhere. Most people are just like, meh, you know?
If you
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being average. Like, it's calm.
think you're a 7, there's a very real chance you're a 5.
Damn, you guys, I just called myself a 7 at the beginning of this video. I could possibly be a 5. And to be honest, that's something that I used to be like, damn, like, I'm not a 5. Like, I'm at least a 7. But, like, that's okay.
And I'm so sorry to break the news to you, but if your mom and grandma kept calling you handsome for the most of your life, they only did that because they love you. The rest of the world couldn't give 2 shits about you.
Damn.
Daily life at a 5 is comfortable, but very unremarkable. People are polite, but not enthusiastic. Customer service is standard, not rude, but not really friendly either. On dating apps, you get some matches, but mostly you still get ghosted.
Real.
Relationships absolutely happen at this level, though. Most couples in the world are just 2 5s who found each other and agreed to be average together. And honestly, That might be the most beautiful thing on this list. No ego, no games, just two regular people choosing each other for themselves. The 5 and 5 couple that stays together for 40 years is happier than the 9 and 9 power couple that implodes in two.
You know what's crazy? That is true. Have you guys ever tried to talk to a girl that was like on the scale that we all have, like a 9 or 10 or 8 out of 10? It's actually not, like, for me, it's not the most fun thing at all, bro. It's like, oh my god. It's like, oh my god, I'm putting in all this work for what? Like, for what? You're just a human being just like me. For what? Nah, bro. Sometimes, like, this guy's right. It's like, you know, when a 5 and 5 come together, it just it's just more chill. It's more chill, less stress.
Look it up. Stability beats excitement long term every single time. Level 6. Level 6 is where strangers on the boat give you a second glance. Girls will be like, he's kinda cute. And at this stage, girls actually respond to your cold DMs. Not all of them, but you get a date or two every week now.
Damn.
Socially, the changes are very real. People laugh at your jokes a little harder, conversations last a little bit longer, and job interviews go way smoother because the attractiveness bias is scientifically proven. Hiring managers subconsciously associate good looks with competence. Level 7.
Wow.
Level 7, you're above average, and everyone knows it. Compliments from strangers become a regular thing. Girls shoot their shot at you in real life and over Instagram DMs. You could probably start making out with.
Okay, no. A girl has shot their shots at me. Yo, you guys, I'm actually trying to, like, gauge my level on this scale, you know? Try to gauge my level. Not too long ago, a girl came to me and she was like, oh, you're handsome. You know, she said I was good looking. So, I mean, I guess I'm a 7 on this scale.
Strangers in the club without uttering a single word and not get an essay case, but not that you should. Level 8. Level 8 is where life finally becomes easy mode, and everyone around you can notice it. Walk into a party and the energy shifts to completely being about you.
Wow. Do people actually have it like that?
The bouncer lets you skip the line, not because of who you know, but because of what you look like. At this level, dating and getting laid becomes almost absurdly easy. Multiple people are interested at you at any given time. The paradox of choice kicks in very quickly.
Yeah, no, I do not feel that way at all. Maybe I truly, like, 7 might actually be where it's at. Because, yo, my DMs right now, I be looking at my DMs. It is a ghost fucking town.
Too many options leads to picking nobody. A lot of eights have messy love lives. But the sad reality is that most eights never developed a personality because they never had to. If you talk to them, all they do is smile and show off their looks. Life handed them everything on a platter since middle school, so they have no humor or any bit of authentic personality. An eight with no personality is the most boring person you'll ever.
I 100% agree. For men and women, you know, if you don't have a personality, then what you doing, bro? You know, like, all these people that are trying to aura farm, aura farm, aura farm. No, be cool. You know, me in real life and me on the internet are very, 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 very similar. Especially when I get comfortable. You know, like, me in real life, I am talking to you. I don't care what you look like. I don't care who you like. I'll talk to you. You know, if we're vibing and we're having a great time, I'm going to talk to you. But then there's some people that they just, and in my opinion, they just don't have the social skills to carry conversations, or some people feel like they're too good to have conversations with other people. That will never be me. I'm vibing out with everybody, unless you're one of those weird people that, like, just want to, like, sabotage me or something like that. Then I'm leaving you alone.
Me. Level 9. At level 9, reality starts bending in your favor. People stare you down when you walk outside the streets, they stumble over their words, people get physically nervous when they look at you. A 9 on social media is a different universe. Post a 15-second TikTok doing absolutely nothing and maybe just smile a little, and you'll get a million views. However, keep in mind you are so attractive that genuine friendships and romantic partners become rare or almost impossible to find because they are all jealous of you. Guys view you as a threat before you even open your.
You guys, am I a 9? Am I a 9? Based on what this guy is saying, like, am I a 9? It's not like I get a million views or a million likes, but then, I'm not getting a relationship right now. You know. Yeah. I experience envy. Am I a 9? You guys, I just keep on going up and up and up the scale. Like, I'm just confirming things that just have me like, yo.
Mouth, and everybody assumes you're a player who treats people like garbage.
Damn, maybe I am a 9. Oh my gosh. Maybe I am a 9. Maybe I'm really just that guy.
Level 10. A lot of people say a 10 does not exist, but I'm sure they haven't heard of Dolph Lundgren. This man is a 6'5" male model. Was a male
You
model.
guys, I'm playing. I'm not a 9.
He was a European karate champion 2 years in a row. He won the Australian heavyweight tournament,
Whoa.
holds a 4th-degree black belt in Kyokushin karate, has a master's degree in chemical engineering,
Who is this guy, bro?
and he got a Fulbright scholarship to MIT. He has a reported IQ of 160, which puts him in the same category as Einstein. If you think that's it, he also speaks 5 languages fluently: Swedish, English, German, French, and Spanish. He served in the Swedish Marine Corps.
Who is this guy, bro? This is a real life human being?
Worked as a bouncer. He became Grace Jones' personal bodyguard, started dating her, and even rode a Yamaha motorcycle to his first day at MIT with her on the back, dressed head to toe in a leather jacket. But he decided that MIT was not for him. At this level, reality doesn't just bend, it surrenders. Every room rearranges itself when a 10 walks in. Conversations stop, people forget what they were even talking about, and jobs don't get applied for. They get offered to you on a silver plate.
Wow. Facts. That's crazy. Being attractive actually plays a huge role in life, bro. And there are lots of people who don't believe it, but then, I've seen some things in this life that had me like, wow. Like, have you ever like been in a situation where someone was kind of treating you some kind of way, but then you just kept on giving them grace because you're like, this person just looks so good. Maybe they're going through something. But then that same thing, someone else will do that exact same thing to you. But then because they're not as attractive, you cut it out one time, you cut them off one time. Like, these things actually do happen. Me right now, I'm trying to I've really been trying to love myself more and respect myself more. So now I don't even like I try my best not to see attraction. Like, if you're treating me bad, I am going to cut you off. I don't care how fine you are. But then it's facts. Like, sometimes people let things slide for people that they deem as more attractive. People let a lot of bad behavior slide.
Relationships, you don't have to work for them, they all come to you. The word no becomes something that other people experience, but you don't. But here's the twist. Even Dolph Lundgren, the closest thing to a real life cheat code, was once a scrawny, weak kid who got bullied and called a loser by his own father. He described himself as a runt. The 10 you see today was built from pain, discipline, and an insane refusal to stay where he started.
Real.
Which proves the most important point of this entire video. God has given everybody different cards to play in this life. Some are born really attractive, and some of us are not born with the best facial features. But this shouldn't stop you from trying your best, because somebody who's a 1 can ascend and become a 10, and also somebody who's a 10, if they don't work hard, they will lose the features God has given them and they can end up being A1. So, if you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to me. I'll be posting content like this, not looks maxing specific.
You guys, I'm going to end the video there. I really enjoyed that video. I'm not going to lie to you. I really enjoyed it. What do you guys think you rank on the scale? Put it down in the comment section. Let me know. And I'm coming through.